Soil aggregates. Now, what is soil aggregates? Soil aggregates are group of soil particles that bind to each other more strongly than to adjacent particles. So, this is we can say the soil aggregate. It is the group of soil particles. We know that sand, silt, and clay particles that are bind together, and they are strongly made structure that is called the soil aggregates. The aggregate stability refers to the measures of resistance of soil aggregates to break down or disruptive forces associated with the tillage, water, or wind erosion are applied. So these all we discussed in earlier lecture. Soil aggregate is general terms for any distinct lump, clumping, or of soil particles, including pad, clod, and fragments. So all this, the soil aggregate is general term of this all that the pad formation, clod formation, and some fragment formation in the soil. We can say the soil aggregate. The pad is an aggregate formed in the soil and may be an aggregation of smaller pad and is separated from other similar aggregates by an obvious pattern of crack or parting. So we all know that how the pad is formed. Cloud is aggregate of the 100 or more in length and formed by soil disturbance such as cultivation. So we all know that the cloud formation is due to the tillage. When tillage operation we are carried out in the soil, then the cloud is formed. So generally, the size of the cloud, the length of the cloud is 100 So that is called, and fragment is an aggregation less than 100 in the length and formed by soil disturbance such as cultivation. So that by the cultivation, or we can say the tillage operation, the fragment and cloud is formed more than 100 length, then it is called cloud, and if it is less than that, then it is fragment. Now, formation of aggregation. There are several factors that influence the formation of the soil aggregation, and they are the fungi filaments called hypha, which extend into the soil and tie soil particles together. Root also extracts sugar into the soil that helps bind minerals. Oxide also act like a glue and join particle together. This aggregation process is very common to many high weather tropical soil. Finally, the soil particles may naturally be attracted one another through the electrostatic force such like attraction between the air and the balloons. So here we see these the soil particles and certain materials, the soil particle, organic matter, which secrete these different organic acid or glue like this materials, fertilizer, some of these sticky material, sticky fertilizer, or this type of the material that, and also the root which exclude the some sugars which are the sticky in nature. So all these materials stick these soil particle together and it makes the soil aggregations.